Hello, people. It's me again. Much to the delight of all of you, I'm sure, and I've delved into just the horrible, horrible world of Reddit videos. Because, you know, they're fun and more relaxed and probably require less editing, but I won't tell you that because I would never admit that. And yeah, of course, I'll carry on the series, which no one cares about, and hope that someone cares about it eventually, but, you know. For now, I hope you enjoy the video and don't just leave it. Let's go. Just a few small tweaks. Alright, what has happened? Okay, so Oregon has taken Northern California and Northwest Nevada. Arizona appears to have expanded the tiniest bit there, and New Mexico has taken all of western Texas. Oh, that one's bad. That one's bad. Colorado has taken southern Montana, so it is no longer a rectangle. It's not even. That's not Colorado. That's Wyoming. Colorado and Wyoming have switched, and I didn't even notice. Dakota's unified. That's not cursed. That's good. The Panhandle is dead. Oh, and that panhandle is also dead as Alabama and Georgia expand. I feel like Louisiana's smaller, but that might just be me. What Wisconsin's taken northern Michigan, and Michigan's just invaded Canada. Indiana, I don't even want to know what's going on, but they seem dead set on the eradication of Ohio. And West Virginia is incorporated into Virginia now. In Carolina, that's unified, that's fine. Rhode Island has taken Connecticut. Oh, this is brilliant. Vermont is no more and Quebec is a state. Alaska and Hawaii have been left alone. Well, this is just an absolute an eyesore, really. I mean, it just feels wrong. Very, very wrong. They didn't do anything. I don't think they did anything. They've got all the, they've got all the Canadian states and then just Canada. And does that say Ontario? Uh, it's nicely done. It's tough to it's tough. I used Wheel Decide to decide the fate of Europe, and this was the result. So Croatia's won the Balkans, except Albania is just this ominous presence which continues to exist. Moldova, oh, that's cool. Moldova has taken just all of the Eastern Balkans and Turkey. And is that into Georgia or Armenia? One of them. That, and then who's got the Netherlands has got wow, that's a pretty big expansion campaign. It's got Germany and all of Benelux. It's got Czechia, all of Scandinavia except Iceland, and then Russia and the Baltics. And poor little Poland, which is still Poland, is just stuck in the middle. Slovakia still exists, surrounded by multiple superpowers and still going strong. Italy has. Is that. What happened to San Marino? Did it get nuked? Oh well. Sorry, San Marino. Has taken Switzerland, no longer neutral, I'm afraid. And France is Andorra, thank God. No more. Portugal has taken over Iberia and Northern Africa, that's cool. And no more UK either, thank God, I was tired of us. That's just Ireland now. So we managed to reunify. I like this kind of idea, using just a randomizer online or online games, oh dear, to decide or to view a alternate future of the world. I might try and do some of that if anyone wants to do that. If anyone's watching this video and cares to leave any kind of suggestion. So that was fun. I like. Okay, so the map at this person's church, it seems sort of fine at first glance if you ignore that there appears to be some sort of disagreement between the Americas and the rest of the world as they've just split off entirely. But then you see things like the British Isles just being entirely detached from Europe by quite some distance, not quite the English Channel. Svalbard is where Greenland should probably be, and Iceland's just chilling in the middle. There is some new unification of the Eastern Caribbean. There's no more Central America. That's where they got their land from. They just stole it from Costa Rica and the like. Taiwan's pretty big. The Philippines isn't real. What happened to... Oh my god, alright. Indonesia has just been shrunk and separated from itself. I'm not sure where Malaysia's gone, except from Borneo. No more Singapore either. Sri Lanka's tiny. Madagascar is absolutely miles away from Africa. And New Zealand is both horizontal and just near, like, Darwin in Australia. And what's more, Australia appears to be on the same... Is it longitude or latitude? I think it's latitude. Wait, let me think. Yes, it is latitude. I hope I haven't made a fool of myself. It's on the same level as Antarctica, okay? That's my point. It's just wrong. Is there anything else that I'm missing? Well, I could pay some sort of attention to just the many rather sizable islands in the Mediterranean. I mean, I guess that's kind of meant to represent Corsica and Sardinia, and that's Sicily. Why can't I think of the name? Cyprus and I guess Crete, but they are pretty huge. Anyway, I don't know. Also, what happened to Canada's islands? Oh, I've just got so many questions. Again, it's the thing about this subreddit. It's just looking at these maps, and it's just that slight bit wrong that makes you want to punch your screen. What if Europe was in East Asia? What is this? This hurts my brain. Oh, it's flipped. Of course, Turkey has become Vietnam. Oh my god, this is horrible. Japan, sorry Japan, you appear to have become like Sweden, kind of lines up with you. No, this is so wrong. Portugal just extending into the Pacific Ocean is for some reason funny to me. Joint Canadian-Mexican-Dominican initiative for surrounding the entire United States and territories. I mean, it would be pretty cool just having, you know, Los Angeles belong to Canada just because it's just on there. It's like the exaggerated version of Croatia not allowing Bosnia to swim, except there is that... They've even done it in the lakes. They've even got the tiniest border around the lakes, so that they just don't have any access to water. But there is, what I was saying is there is a place in Bosnia that does just access the sea. Neum, that's it. It's this little section here. That belongs to Bosnia, because Croatia felt bad about taking all this. But yeah, I think this will be good, just entirely commandeer the Navy. They probably have New York as well. Oh yeah. Although, to be fair, New York's probably so big that there'd probably be some kind of divide halfway through New York, because this border is so tiny. That meant that half of New York would be Canadian and the other half would be American. Cool idea. Get on that, Canada, Mexico, and the Dominican Republic. Oh, I wonder where the border is between Canada and Mexico now, where they choose to have that. Because honestly, if I was Mexico, I just wouldn't choose to have Florida. Canada can have that. Map of a random fucking house. Cool. Alright, this one. What if the Black Sea and Central Europe swapped? I don't know why for this they had to take out... I mean, I guess to fill in that space, but I don't really see the need to take out that bit of Germany. But fair enough, I guess. Now Greece and Turkey have no more border, to the delight of them both, I'm sure. Because half of Switzerland's been taken and they didn't bother with the other half. Or Crimea. Guys, does Crimea belong to Germany or Poland? This is the question. And now there is, in fact, two places where Croatia is not allowing Bosnia to swim. Ignore none. There's two places to the Black Sea as well. And Switzerland's no longer landlocked. How does it feel? And it's just a little bit upsetting. Like, if you cover off the left half of the map, you just notice there's something wrong until you start noticing the shapes of Hungary and Austria. Yeah, cool idea. Not sure how practical. Flag map of Gadafist Libya if it owned the world. I love it. Oh my god. We need a Gadafist Libyan empire. I'm all for it, honestly. Oh, I love it. The perfect combination between maths and map geography. This is amazing. I've never noticed this, and now I'm never going to not notice it. Iran is a reciprocal graph. Oh, it's beautiful. I wonder what coefficient of the reciprocal of x best fits the shape of Iran, and someone needs to find out for me. This image was so cool. I was just such a fan of this because this is amazing. Look at all this. It was so cool until this got pointed out in the comments. I don't know if this is intentional, but if you made that... No, they did it. I didn't even notice the title. Oh my god. If you did this intentionally, I hate you, because this is such a cool map. I'm just going to leave this image here, and when you find the problem, put it in the comments so other people aren't as confused and don't have to sit here spending 2 minutes like I did until I noticed the issue. Alright, brilliant. Thank you, Reddit. This is just the heart of Reddit, really, isn't it? Just the word Nordic in white Calibri font on a black background, highlighting 3 of the 5 nations of Scandinavia, ignoring one, removing another, and taking away France for no reason, and highlighting Morocco. Can't fault it. And then... and then almost exactly the same thing, that just one post below. Asian, spelt incorrectly with black Calibri on... with Southeastern Asia highlighted and Mexico. And they've removed France. It's a work of art, really. When they said, I can't wait for what exciting and creative things people will be doing with computers in 30 years, I'm sure this is exactly what they had in mind. Now this is just a horrible crossover. Somehow Greg, who does not know what Romania is, has unified Korea, knows the general layout of Central Asia, except Afghanistan is Pakistan and Romania is Afghanistan, and there's I guess where Kazakhstan should be, it's just Upper Romania, and Vietnam is Thailand, and I think that actually does say Bangladesh. So many questions. Now, I have absolutely no clue what they've done to be able to get central Brazil to eastern Brazil. Well, not eastern Brazil, just into the Atlantic, and still have things that go here. I just kind of assume that this is not where they actually go. My Brazilian geography knowledge is not quite there. Yeah, this would kind of mess around with how South America and Africa split up, really. Because where did all this land come from? But I'm down for it, really. Now this I can absolutely get behind. The 4 corner states. I mean, it's not really that accurate. I'd say New Mexico's more left and Utah's more right, but hey, it's fun to look at. It's like the Windows logo. something aesthetically pleasing about it, and I like the creativity. This is beautiful. I I might actually get this t-shirt. I mean, I have mental Illinois, and it's the shape of Illinois, I know. And my favourite implication about this is roughly here is where Ohio would be. So Ohio is sadness. Another beautiful one. For the last 100 years, we've been inching closer to France, tried to make them not notice, and finally we have achieved our goal, and now we will achieve European domination. Also, Northern Ireland, not real, that's where we got the land from. Apart from that, I think everything's fine, except no Mediterranean islands whatsoever. Oh well, didn't need them. And then the Philippines has just been reduced to, I think this is sort of an accurate-ish representation of the most southern island. But, you know, it's at a school. It can't be that hard to do the map right. Oh, it's beautiful. I do love Territorial IO. Unfortunately, I am terrible at it. But hey, I might play it if anyone cares. No one's left any suggestions yet, which is fair enough, really. But yeah, the Qing dynasty and the German Empire. This is probably how Germany imagined 1945 would go, but sucks to be them, I guess. Well, okay. Ads are just my favourite things sometimes. Just the really, really low quality ones. They make it actually entertaining. So if we dissect this, I mean, I don't know what happened to France, and all of them are happy, except Italy is dead and Spain looks rather frightened. But the UK's got Benelux, as well as Ireland. France has been severely reduced, and Austria is now northern Italy. Germany is just Central Europe, and somehow stretching down to what I guess is meant to be Slovenia. Ukraine is taken Belarus, as they should really. Romania has taken the Western Balkans. Macedonia is into Turkey. Iraq's taken... Jesus Christ. Yeah, Iraq's taken most of the northern Middle East. Persian Empire's back, including the United Arab Emirates apparently, and Saudi Arabia has taken the rest of the Arabian Peninsula. Africa, pretty good, except how could you possibly think that this is the correct... Yeah. Oh, also is that Austrian Corsica? I'm completely behind that. It's a smart caption, and it's another no swimming for you. But it's just Chile's pure elongated empire, which is what we love to see. Having gained to its maximum potential earlier, Brazil has now been reduced to being engulfed by the Chileans. Is that a tiny bit there where Chile doesn't own, maybe? And maybe Argentina have a way out. But otherwise, Chile has encompassed, and I'm completely here for it. Honestly, I think they should instead stretch all the way up the west coast of America into Alaska. I think that would be really cool, you know, just completely... You'd get all the earthquakes, but it'll be really cool. You know, I'm actually a huge fan of how they've included Florida in this map and bordered it to Luxembourg. That's what we're on this subreddit for. Seeing a Belgian... Wait, have they just made Florida part of Belgium there with that tiny... Sure. They flipped the Caribbean again, and now northern Libya is just Yucatan. That is Yucatan. Yeah, that is Yucatan. And I'm not sure who owns all this, whether it's like Egypt or Ukraine or what, but they've just decided to, you know, blend it into one. And it'd be pretty cool to have the Caribbean, the Bahamas, being about as close to the UK as like Germany. That's what we're here for. This is what we like to see. And yet again, the Caribbean empire strikes, and India is severely shrunk. I mean, we should have a Maldives Caribbean empire. That would be nice. They've taken out Sri Lanka though, so they can't get in on it. Is this meant to? It's upside down now, so I think this is meant to be Mexico, which is fused with Bangladesh, because of course, why wouldn't it? Lake Erie too. We couldn't go through the whole video without getting one person just removing Ohio completely. In fact, we might have already. But honestly, I don't know enough about Ohio to know all the hate's about, but sorry, Ohio, you are now Lake Erie the second. What a lovely post. Very creative, and absolutely nothing wrong with this image. It's a pretty well drawn pepperoni pizza. Pretty cool, encompassing some of the Mid-East, Illinois and the like. Cool post. Wholesome, nothing wrong with it. I'm trying to... What? Why? What? Why has Russia become communist again? And why is the US just Ukraine? How is this... Who made this and what were they trying to do? Is this intentionally bad, or was this just someone trying to say, hey, imagine if this were you and Mexico's... I don't know. Let's just move on. We'll not go near it. The Ohio Ocean, Cold Ohio, soon to be Ohio, Hawaii. I don't know why the soon to be Ohio and future Ohio are different entities, but hey, can't fault it. This is pretty cool, and probably gives nightmares to most of the people who don't like Ohio. Okay, this is kind of cool to think about. First thing I noticed was the Great Salt Islands and the quad point of the four corner states in Algeria. I like this though. The Montanan Alps. I don't know what the adjectives for belonging to Montana is. It's probably Montana, and I'll be made fun of for my British accent, but I just don't know how to pronounce it really. Missouri, Greece. That's probably some sort of statement about their economy. East Dakota and West Dakota and North Dakota, because they've been split by what was formerly the Adriatic Sea, and now I can't read what that says. So the joke is lost on me, I'm afraid. We've got the Sea of Illinois, probably the Colossus of Illinois over there, Colossus of Rhodes, and Idaho is France. I knew it from the beginning. And hey, I think Azerbaijan or somewhere in the Caucasus has ended up with Ohio. So I wonder if this is to scale. I guess that kind of makes sense. That would be like a roughly correct. Yeah, Oklahoma Island, by the way. Big fan of that. They don't get that panhandle though. They just get... Is this... Yeah, it's Malta, right? Rocky Mountain Seas. I don't think you can really refer to them as Rocky Mountain, considering it's a sea, but hey. The Nebraska Sea. Also how Kalahari is split between... In fact, Wyoming has been split between southern France, Monaco, Italy, Corsica, and northern Kalahari. And then Colorado has the tip of Sardinia. No, Sicily. Why do I keep misnaming Sicily today? But yeah, West Sicily, South Sardinia, and North Tunisia and North Algeria. That is some horrible border gore, but hey, I'm here for it. Why not? Oh, one last thing is, I don't know if this was done intentionally, but this is where Croatia is, and this is roughly where Nome is. So Minnesota has been granted access to the sea. Ignore that. By a tiny little pixel, maybe. Which is like in real life, except it's East Dakota and Minnesota, not Croatia and Bosnia. Okay, so this is a cool idea where we've got Topcommon gets to change something about this flag map, add states with new flags, merge states, remove states, basically anything. Let's see what the community does. For one, they've made all the blue into yellow, which is kind of cool, but hard to look at. Just the worst thing about um, the American state flags is just the color they choose. And I mean, there's so much. Toycat made a good video on it. They've just got all the writing on. They've got the name of their state on it, and then the date they joined the union. Then really complicated logos. It's just all horrible. But I like what people have done. I don't know why they've turned North Carolina into Monaco or Indonesia. Not really sure which one, but I'm here for it. And Georgia has been replaced by the superior Georgia. Texas is now trans. Go them. Washington is just George Washington. I mean, I know he's on their flag, but he is just Washington now. And apparently 3 of the states have been left just still blue. I couldn't tell you why. But hey. Oh, there's the Maryland flag. That has got to be the flag without all this stupid stuff on it, which is just like the categorically worst flag. I mean, like not including all these basic and just terrible ones. That is the worst flag you've ever seen. Okay, now this, I think there is genuinely some sort of horrible logic to this, because the only thing I've noticed is that there's 3 Indias with the Dutch flag on it, so it's the Dutch Indies. So I think there's some sort of just twisted logic to it. I don't know what Namibia is doing there. I think it's just extended this bit because this bit's quite funny. You've got Ireland and Northern Ireland. I got that one. I think that is a country flag. I mean, that's like part of a country flag, but I can't recognise it. Why is Russia Brunei? I don't know. Austrian, Slovakian, Central Europe. Is that... Oh yeah, Chile. That's another joke that I can actually relate to. 3 Sicilies, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I should probably recognise something. Andorran Empire, let's go. And some sort of reference to the fact that all Arabian flags look the same, except for like a couple, but they don't count. Also, Bolivia has won the Balkan War, finally. The one thing about this map, which is really upsetting, like it's kind of cool, like some sort of Pangaea thing going on, but the one thing is that if you were doing Pangaea, they've left this instead of putting the tip of Brazil in there. Also, what did Nicaragua do, man? Like, why? I can understand what Britain did. How Greenland got over there, I will never know. But and also, like, Guyana and Suriname appear to have been taken over by the Côte d'Ivoire. And I'm telling you that Canada has taken over the USA and not the other way around. This one's cool. Map of the world if every border was defined by a single straight line. This has eradicated quite a few countries, but we've still got some like recognisable ones. I like how Cameroon's just a triangle in its true form. They've kept in Eswatini. Mongolia, dead, sorry. Yeah, some micronations on Mongolia couldn't be placed. Papua New Guinea, what an absolutely radical change. Singapore, again, crazy stuff. But they've kept this in pretty good shape, really. I like Yemen, Oman and the UAE. That's done quite nicely. Bahrain is too small to be on there, I assume. Andorra, gone. Luxembourg is bigger. This is just quite fun to look at, really. Also, Norway is wide. Look at it. Finally, it's not like 20 kilometres wide. It just gets the same after a while. Gay Russia, completely here for it. Well done, Russia. I think they've added the Bahrain flag to Ukraine and removed the left side of it because of the way the flag is. They've got Iraq and Iran smiling at each other. Oil. Volkswagen is Germany. France is just a baguette. The unspokenly huge baguette. USA with the usual jokes. of no more. I like this though. They've removed Wyoming and Ohio, but they've placed Alaska and Hawaii where they are drawn on a map to show you that they still exist. I'm not even sure what this is meant to be. But Spain's over here, so they've managed to escape whatever the hell this is. That's the other side of Ukraine. How did it get there? Who knows? But hey, Finland has been... It looks a bit more like Karelia now, but Karelia was more over here where Russia is. Oh, there's random enclaves in Sweden, and also the Netherlands is now reclaimed New York. Croatia has a line that stretches all the way across the Balkans. There's so much to unpack, and I hate all of it. Oh, also Italy is Vietnam. And there's Ireland. And on this bombshell, I reckon I will leave my first Reddit video there. So, yeah. I hope the audio is actually fixed in this one, and a little less monotonous, and I can actually talk about things, even if it was a bit samey, because, you know, half the jokes on r/curse maps is just Wyoming and Ohio. But, you know, there was some variation. And, yeah, as always, I will ask you to... I mean, if you've made it this far, which I don't think many people actually have, but I'll ask you to do all the things, you know, liking and subscribing and commenting ideas, because I genuinely do need ideas, and likes and subscribers, but I do need ideas, because I want to know what people want me to do, if anything, so that I can do it, because that will make it better. And you know, that's always great. So thank you if you did make it this far. I'm very proud of you. Sitting through an entire r/curse maps video, but thank you very much. I very much appreciate it, and I will, in fact, see you in the next video, which I'll try record later this week at some point. When I edit it, it's a completely different story, but thanks, guys. Yeah, see you in the next one, and also tell me if you want me to continue doing my very cool and interesting series. Bye!